Okay, and we are live. So welcome everybody. This is Icon Level 0. I guess by popular decision, we can still change our minds. You were still okay with the holdout mission, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Remind me exactly how holdout works.
so holdout is really simple. You win by surviving till turn 6. So
Okay,
you
I
have to
could do that.
so you have to survive 6 rounds. It might be slightly longer than if we were doing just a simple defeat all enemies. We're going to be tracking 6 turns or 6 rounds, so to speak. Once the 6th round has ended, you win. So if that's what we're going to do, we're going to put us kind of into position. I'm going to walk us through the enemies that have appeared and kind of the reason that we're here. So I love that the 4 of you are Zigzos. This is really cool. We get to be a crab party. So.
Mhm.
And just for the ease of for my memory and stuff, I'm going to be calling characters by their class name. So I'll go, Stalwart, you're up. Vagabond, you're up. That way, the people listening also who will give me feedback will be able to correct me on all the little mistakes that I make. So we are going to go with you have been essentially recruited by a Legio caravan. So Legio is one of the great clans, sort of kin here in Arden Eld, which is the land in which Icon takes place. And you have been essentially just hired on to be forward scouts. So the caravan's going to be coming through the area decently soon, and you've set up, again, this is very simple. You're essentially these sort of like forward scouts, and good thing that they had hired you because you stumble into a brigand blockade as you sort of funnel your way in here through this small ravine of sorts. So as you move into the area, I'm going to highlight this little fella here, the little green boss person. And I was thinking, is it going to work? If yes, this is almost like playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Just check this stuff out. So the
Oh my god.
the boss calls you all out. Okay, he whistles for his comrades who emerge from the high ground. Okay, and they demand that you surrender all your dust and your riches. Of course, I highly doubt that any good icon folk would just decide to do such a thing. And instead, you, in response, fire up a small signal shot, which alerts the Legio caravan that you have found some bandits in the hills, and they are going to come essentially to reinforce you. All you have to do is survive the 6 rounds that it'll take before they reach you. And because you are fighting kin, kin do not normally fight to the death, so I will be most likely checking morale for enemies as they get pretty low on health. And some of them may, instead of continuing to act, I may have them move off the edge of the maps as they take turns retreating. In a holdout situation, which is what we are doing here, I will be reinforcing every turn. So more enemies will arrive as it goes. So damage is still important. You can't just sit and park your butts. It'll be important to keep the amount of foes on the field clear without being overrun. So again, you can always check the enemy stats on the back. I'm going to make the tokens that they have public, so that's why I put a few of the trackers next to the individual enemies. But their exact hit points is something that I'm going to keep concealed, but you should be able to know their usual hit points. So if you look at the top dark gray bar, it says how much hit points they start with. They are slightly lower than yours. I'm following the community suggested homebrew rules, which is to make the HP values 1 tier lower. Otherwise, things apparently tend to get pretty sloggy. So with that recommendation I decided to follow, I felt that made a lot more sense than just leaving it with a big bunch of HP, because anyway, I'm going to be reinforcing. So I've added the unique reminder for what the stealth status does, because the archer can grant it, but I think pretty much everything else is the same as what y'all have. So let's talk map real quick. I think I made it pretty simple. If anybody has any issues with color or stuff, you guys can let me know and I can try and patch it up. But the background of the map is actually the background of the slide, because that way no one can accidentally drag the whole map off the screen.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So you are currently going to be on, you're on height 0. So the little stream that's there and the surrounding little brown dirt, that's just going to be height 0. And then as you go darker green, it goes up. So pale green is height 1, height 2, then height 3. Is that okay for everybody? There's no issues with that?
Totally fine.
Okay, I can
Oh, I
always...
did want to ask, Are there specific morale rules in Icon?
So there are, yes. They're not like set in stone, but it's more like if I go to the actual sit reps and some of the stuff, like they'll mention like, oh, hey, kin, for example, they don't fight to the death. So you can say, well, when they get to like crisis HP, which is the 25%, so pretty much down to like the last sliver, you can roll or you can make checks. What I think I'm going to do is just gauge how the fight is going and think about maybe an enemy, for example, the archer, like one last pot shot, and then I'll move it off the edge of the map, for example. I might do something like that.
Yeah, that feels correct.
I do believe that there is, so if I go to the scenario section and I go to, where is it? Holdout. And it won't be in holdout, though. And the issue is the current, I wonder if it actually is there. I'm okay with discussing this because it actually is a good question. If there is specific morale rules. I don't see one right away, which is usually a good thing. Kin always have a reason to fight. Here we go. They surrender or flee. If they've suffered heavy losses or see there is no chance they will win, ending a fight this way is up to the GM, which is me. But here's the morale rule. So optionally, a GM can start checking this at the end of every round if kin have suffered 50% of their forces in defeat or more by rolling a d6. On a 1, morale breaks, the fight ends. If a leader is still alive and willing, check morale on 2d6 instead, picking the highest. So, I mean, if you ever manage to like fully clear the map or like down to less than half, I mean, the chances that you lose are going to be significantly less. And I'm not just going to throw in like 3 more mobs. So let's call it that it's holdout. But if you like critically succeed in mopping the floor with these fools, we can you can speed run your way to round 6 essentially. All right.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so. The last little special rule, and I think this one should be, I hope, pretty obvious. The little stream of water is not deep enough for it to affect difficulty or for height, but instead it's flowing and it's cool enough that dangerous and difficult terrain cannot be created in it. So it'll be kind of like a little breath of fresh air or, a cool stream of water flowing through the middle. So it's something that cannot be essentially set on fire or turn into difficult terrain. So you can always retreat back to like that little ravine if you need to. Does that sound good for everybody? Mm-hmm. Sweet. Okay. So what I've done is I've created a little yellow zone. I'm going to call that the deployment zone. I kind of just put you all in right there, but you can choose where in any of those zones you want to be. You could be in the middle in the water. You could be up. You could be down. Feel free to just grab yourself and plop yourselves down. Right. You are going to take the first turn anyways, and then the enemies will be the ones to follow afterwards. So
okay. So notably, I checked. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was looking at the abilities they have.
Yeah.
It looks like their area attacks. Their archer has a cross-shaped area attack.
It does have a cross-shaped area attack.
Has a cross-shaped area attack. So. Yeah, so we should probably, since we get the first move, we should probably be in position such that after the first of us moves, there are no more than 2, maybe no more than 2 of us in any specific cross section.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, who's going first?
Well, actually, that's a good question to start with. Times, how does initiative work?
So the fun thing about initiative is that it goes back and forth. In this case, the players take the first action. Anyone can go first. There's no like initiative roll or anything. And then afterwards, it ping-pongs back and forth between the sides until every side has used all their units. So for example, you'll essentially get to act, then they will, and it keeps going, and eventually it's going to go to the last 2 enemies, but I can activate them in any order. So what's nice about that is it lets you kind of like be flexible. So an enemy does something really scary and suddenly the plans go up in smoke, somebody else can take their turn and kind of like pitch in or patch in, So gotcha. But I think really at this point, right at the beginning, look, the chances that this all goes critically bad is like pretty much 0. It's really easy. Like between vigor and the HP values that you have, even with the limited abilities that you have, the fact that rescue also picks people up, and we're not continuing this as a campaign, means you can be a little more reckless than you normally would. because you don't have to run the risk of gaining wounds or scars, which would be like permanent damage. So it's like, play it like in a TTRPG where it's, like hex crawl, like use all your stuff, use it in one day, go nuts, right? So we'll be able to throw ourselves really into the fray. So yeah.
My thought for how we should arrange ourselves is one, we should probably think about like focus fire. Who are we taking out first?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should try focusing the archer.
I think the archer is a good pull. I think because I have rampart, which means it is difficult for people to move away from me, or at the very least, it costs more movement. And so I think, is there a way for me? Is there like a fucking laser that I can use?
I was thinking maybe the soldier 2 and boss, since I've got like AoE, and we can like make a really horrible kind of movement trap for them. Maybe.
Maybe.
Where would you want to put the movement trap? Also, can you see my pointer?
Yes. How did you do that, actually?
If you go up to the top.
Yes.
I
found it.
Yes, there you go. There you go. Hello.
This is wow. I've been using Google Slides for years with students, and I'm like, I don't know what this. Okay, you've changed my world here. Love it.
I do my best. So the thing that I was thinking about for my little red boy here was that if I were to move like here, this would limit the movement of 3 of them, which I think would be pretty advantageous.
Okay.
Yep.
And then do you guys want to go after the archer while I might
want to go before you move there, I think, if that's how movement works. I'm not sure. It's movement.
That's okay.
Movement is when you activate your free move is you have to move. You can't like break it up. There's like you move up to your free move, which I believe everybody has 4, and then it costs 1 extra point of movement to move in every difference of elevation. So you don't have to go. You don't have to go to a 1 and then a 2. Like let's just say, for example, if you were here, you could just spend 2 and just like hop straight up to like this little nook up there. But it is like +1 to move up, so it would be like 2, then 3, then 4, for example, right? The good news is that it doesn't stack. So, for example, if anything like difficult terrain gets thrown around, and then you want to move up on height, you don't add them together. You just take the highest penalty.
The question I was asking is more like, is the free movement like before or in between?
I believe you can do it whenever you want. Yeah. I believe it's once during your turn you may move. Yeah. And I do believe there's a basic action called sprint, which you can use again to free move 1 more time, but it's not repeatable. So you can never use an ability more than once in a turn. So you can definitely move twice by doing your free move, then using one of your actions to sprint. So you can move up to 8, which usually allows you to get pretty much anywhere. Which is why, there's a big importance in spending your actions in a useful way, right? So, all right.
Okay, so who was the one who said they wanted to go first?
Did any of us?
Sure.
I might want to go first because I've got like an AoE.
Sure.
Okay, and where did you want to do the AoE at?
Probably just let me copy it.
No worries. And here, what you can do is you can kind of, let me give you if you want to just get used to using a targeting for AoE, I mean, you can just grab any of the crosses if you need it. Yeah. So, or you can create your own little shape and stuff. If you're plopping down a death trap, just a reminder, I think we had talked about it, that the common consensus is you can't drop it on people, but you can put it anywhere on the stuff. So death trap can't be just dropped on 2 people's heads. So you can you can drop it right there. You can drop it like in between them. Yeah. So.
I mean, it's the like regular just AoE damage move.
Okay. So you'd be using what ability?
Just my basic major.
You're red. Is talking right now.
My basic attack. I meant.
Okay.
Okay. Well, have we finished deployment?
Yeah, I mean, if you're ready for deployment, I can remove the deployment zone. That's exactly.
Oh no!
Yeah,
The
that's-
reason I was
yeah, 'cause we
asking
weren't-
is because that
Yeah.
would determine where I
that's
want
fine.
to be in deployment.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah. Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
so how exactly does Death Trap work? Does it like stop their movement? Does it just deal damage? What does it do?
It deals damage it deals damage to everyone in the area if they
Yeah.
enter it or start their turn there.
Yeah, which is why you can't just drop it on someone. But yes,
Ah.
it's you summon one or two depending on what you roll on your effect dice, and it's across one area centered on a trap. When a foe starts their turn or voluntarily enters the area, it explodes. Everybody inside has to save or take 4 damage twice or just once on a successful save. So it's actually quite a bit of damage.
Okay, and so if you were to use that to like limit the movement of the folks over here, then I think actually like it would be much better if we just all were up here and just fucking
Yeah.
just went to town on the
You know what?
archer.
You know what? I
Yeah,
think
as
that's kind
long
of
as
funny,
one of
actually.
us moves out of the way.
And who is what color is our person doing Death Trap?
Me?
Blue Crab is Death Trap, Vagabond. So I put them in order, so it's like Stalwart, Vagabond. I mean, I can almost add you name tags, but yeah, Stalwart, Vagabond, Mendicant, right? It's your color of your armor matches your job. So
Okay. So then you would be able to take your turn, put down the Death Trap, and move so we aren't in a cross shape. Preferably, right? I would assume.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Then I am super okay with this positioning right here.
Okay, we're good. I'm gonna remove the. Here we go. All right. All right. Who goes first, and what do we do?
Am I going first?
Get in there. Set your trap.
I'm assuming the death trap.
Okay.
Kill them. Hurt them.
Okay.
Make their lives worse.
I'm going to so I have movement of 4, but
Absolutely.
I can use Skirmisher to make that move into a 7.
Yep.
So I can, so
Yeah,
1,
once around, you extend it by +3, so
2,
you can get
3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I won't use it yet.
okay.
Just that, and then I shall use Death Trap, which involves rolling the effect die.
1, 2, 3. How did you get all the way up there? I think.
diagonally.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting that as the yeah. Okay, so the Vagabond as the skirmisher is the only one who can move diagonally, so that's perfect. So +1/+1. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Double diagonal. Just skipped right up the cliff. That's really cool.
This is a weird thing for me to really like about Icon, but I like moving diagonally, specifically being an ability.
An ability.
Of a specific type of class.
It's very much like in a Final Fantasy Tactics game. You can't move normally diagonally.
Okay. We'll spend it now
Okay.
and move an extra 2 spaces up to here.
I think that would
I'm
even
gonna
just be
lose
1
my-
extra space, right? Because you're going diagonally 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's +1 to make
Well,
it to
it's
the.
uphill too, right?
Yeah. So yes. Okay. So +2. You are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. All right. You're on top. Which now we get to talk about elevation. You're higher, which means your attacks gain attack plus, and enemies have attack minus against you when you're perched on top of the hill.
Get their ass.
I get to roll, and I will use Death Trap.
Okay.
I rolled a 6
Sounds
for
great.
effect.
So you get to
I
plot 2
place
of them.
2, which will arm at the end of my turn.
Absolutely.
Let's see here.
Which is good.
Do these trigger for enemies or also for?
When a foe starts their turn in the area, so it only
Boy.
triggers on foes, but when it explodes, if your friends are in the area, characters have to save. So,
Okay, where do I put this one?
oh my
I
gosh.
thought the idea was to put one of them over here, between the rest of us and the enemies.
So that
Oh.
we can peacefully go gank the archer.
Yeah.
That's not
Go
in
for the
range.
movement.
Now you'd
Oh,
you,
how long? How
Yeah,
far
it
is the
would
not
range?
be
be
in
in
range.
range.
the
Oh,
Yeah,
how
it would
long? How
be.
far
Yeah,
is the
like
range?
don't
the
remove
range
any
is
extra
quite
movement.
short. It's 1 to 2. And I believe the way it works when you
Oh,
summon stuff is that at least one of the tiles has to be in 2. So the furthest you could go is like a 2 diagonal from where you are. And that kind of puts it on top of you guys. The interesting thing is you guys don't trigger it in the sense that you starting your turns and walking in it doesn't do anything. It's just the foes that do it. So yes, it's a little risky to plop one down right on top of you, but as long as you're moving out of the way when your turns come up, I'm not saying that I won't have a soldier go bum rushing into it because it would be really funny to like catch all of you in the trap, but you know,
In that case, I could have activated it before moving.
you could have.
Yeah, that
Yes.
seems like it.
Absolutely. You can go back to where you were, and then it would be 1, 2, and you'd be able to plop it down a little bit further south and then do your movement. So
Yeah, and move one,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't actually see this.
yeah,
And for
I think
my
that's
second
perfect.
thing, I shall use my basic attack, Wind's Kiss.
Okay.
So
Who would you like to attack? I'm guessing it's going to be the
it's the archer.
the archer.
The archer's the only one that's in range.
Yep. Okay. So your effect is a dash. It's optional, but you can use the dash to move 1.
I will move 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the archer. So I roll a d10 versus their defense.
Absolutely. And the archer, just like you as the vagabond, has a high defense because it's quite quick. So it's got a defense of 6. So you have to match it.
I rolled a 6.
So we've got the regular effect, which in old Icon, I believe, was kind of like called Fray, and now it's simply just a base damage. So no matter what, that archer over here is taking 2 damage. So I'm going to go over and make a note on my end of things that the archer has taken a slap, and then you are going to get to roll an additional d6.
Right? Let's see here. 2.
Okay, so total of 4. All right, good start. You know that the archer only has a maximum of 28 health, so 4 is a good start here. You also, I believe, get another effect because there is an on-hit ability to Wind's Kiss.
Oh yeah, that is a non-hit. So I gain haste.
Yep, and I'll let you do that so that we're all getting used to putting our stuff. So you can find your character tracker there, and you can just change it to haste. So haste will be the next time that you take a move action, not when you dash, but a move action. You'll move it. You'll be able to move an additional 2 spaces. And if you would like, you may also dash again 1, because Wind's Kiss gives you a dash after the whole effect as well. So
I don't think I will.
okay, so you're going to park yourself there, which means I'm going to end your turn. Alrighty. Love it. I don't like what's happening to my archer though. They are already boxed in more ways than one. Well, it's going to be the enemy, and then it'll be you guys. So I'm going to.
The enemy. Oh.
Yeah. So it always turns always pass back and forth. That way, it's But who acts next is completely up to you when it goes back to your turn, and you don't have to follow the same. Oh, just if let me put the character at the end. That way, I know who's already acted. It's sort of my little. That way, I can track who's going. I'm doing kind of like the same thing down here. I think in this case, dang soldier. You know what? I think I'm going to activate Soldier 1, who is the one right next to our little mendicant friend down here. So if you look at the soldier stats, soldier has a few abilities. So the very simple one is called Deft Strike, and then there's one called Bash. There's block, there's shield block, but we're going to go really simple. The soldier is going to go Deft Strike and do a melee attack against the mendicant. So 2 damage right away, and then I'm going to roll to see if I can hit, and I believe you have an armor class. Most people have an armor class that's pretty decent. You have a 4, I believe, right?
Oh, I am actually going to use Rampart.
There we go. So there we go. Let's talk about Rampart because I want people just to get used into it. So Rampart is the ability from the Stalwart. You want to read it out for us?
Once per round, before you or an adjacent ally is targeted by a foe's ability, you may grant that character plus 1d3 armor against the entire ability.
Love it. All right. Would you like to roll 1d3?
I would love to roll 1d3, and I'm realizing now that, well, I guess I could just do a d6.
It has to be a d6. You roll a d6, and it's 1 and 2 is a 1, 3 and 4 is a 2, 5 and 6 is a 3.
3 and 4 is a 2, baby. Get a 2.
Okay, so for the rest of the turn, you have 2 armor, which means that the damage that you take will be reduced by 2. So let me see if I hit. If I don't hit, then you actually will not take damage from this ability, because Death Strike only has a base of 2. I unfortunately only rolled a 3, so lucky you. You take no damage. The Death Strike comes in, and you manage to block it. The soldier is dismayed, but the soldier will use its repeatable ability called Bash to take you 2 damage, and so that one at least will not be ramparted, and then it will push you 1. So I'm going to just move you here.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's who I was attacking.
Oh yes, my bad. I heard it was attacking the.
All good.
My bad.
All
I
good.
just misunderstood.
Mendicant.
Okay.
Mendicant, yeah. Why does the blue keep getting moved back? Stay over here, buddy.
It's not
They're
me.
scared. They're nervous.
Someone's moving the vagabond to get extra turns. I see how it is. All right, so there we go, and then
That's how you're marking turns.
yes,
Oh,
it's okay. No
okay,
worries.
that was me.
We found the culprit. Get him. Okay, so Soldier 1, what I'm going to do is, do I want to move? Probably. I'm actually going to close Soldier 1 in here. All right, keep you sort of semi-boxed in, because the soldier, just like our dear friend the Stalwart, also has the ability that foes have to spend 1 movement to exit spaces adjacent to you. Passing back to the icons, your turn.
What do you guys got? What do you want to do?
I think maybe I should go, because I can do some like pretty nasty boxing in with Ember.
So you're going to use your turn to try to box these guys in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Ember is range 2 to 6.
Uh-huh.
That means I can summon them up to 6 tiles away, right?
So, Ember, yep, zone range 2 to 6, which is, most of the map. They have to be in free spaces, which means they cannot have a character already in them. But yes, you can go and litter a few. You just got to roll a d3 and let me know how many we're making.
Roll a d3.
Okay. 1 second. I need to.
Here, I'll put one next to you so you can start placing them after, and then.
And I rolled a 1.
So you can make
So
2
that's
Ember
still
zones.
2 Embers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can place any number of these in any zones without replacing them. So yes, you can keep putting embers by spending your turn. They'll prime at the end of your turn, same as the death trap. They cannot be placed adjacent to another ember, so you have to spread them out a little bit. And then the way embers work is, yep,
adjacent to each other.
you should be able to drag them.
And diagonal to each other.
Okay.
Can they be placed diagonal?
I believe so. I believe adjacent only counts orthogonal, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I think it.
Oh,
I
does
think
it?
That's diagonal.
Let's maybe it does check diagonal actually, because it's all about. You know what? Maybe it does count diagonal. Let's go more than 1 square away, and then I'll make that my first flag of the video. Is hey, adjacency? Does it count diagonals? Come and tell us if
I wonder if you can attack people diagonally.
that you can. So I know movement.
That you can.
I know you can. So movement is orthogonal, but range and attacks is diagonal.
That feels like it would imply to me that.
Yes,
adjacency.
I think I would agree with that as well. So
yeah.
All right. So where are we plopping down some ember zones? And while you do that, I'm going to read out what it does. So if a character voluntarily enters one, it explodes for a burst 1 area, and then centered on it, and then characters inside take piercing damage equal to 2 plus the round number. So at the end on round 6, these things explode for like 8 damage, which is really fun. It is characters again, though, so
yeah, anyone. I think I want to place them like this.
that seems really gross.
That's quite good.
The soldier 2 doesn't want to be moving.
Yeah,
and that
no
is
kidding.
2 actions.
Yeah,
So
you
I
still get a
think
free move though if you'd like to move around.
Yeah.
And I'll
I
move
can
you.
move 4 spaces, I think. Is it 4?
Yes, but remember that the
Yeah.
exiting the soldier's
Yeah.
adjacency costs +1.
I'm not adjacent to the soldier. Yeah.
No, you are not. So
Oh, you're right. I'm
One,
forgot I mixed you up with
two,
purple.
3.
no worries. The
Four.
heads might be a little confusing,
Three.
but y'all
Four.
picked the. Y'all had fun with the crab thing. I had a lot of fun making these little meeples for all of you. So yep. So well, +1 to go up.
I can't do
1,
that.
2,
I
3.
can go
Yeah,
That
there.
would be
you go.
5 in total. Yeah. So there you go.
That's right. This is 4.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got death traps primed. We've got embers primed. A lot of fun stuff. Not for me, but for all of you. Okay. What we are going to do is, I actually think I'm actually going to attack with the Pyromancer over here, who is on the little hill. So the Pyromancer has an ability called Flame Burst. For an action, it has a range of 3 to 6, but it has a blast of 2. So that's not bad. That's like a decent sized. Blast is a little different than some of the others. It's a kind of a square. So there's burst and there's blast, and those things mean completely different stuff. So don't get them mixed up. So a blast is a square area effect of X spaces on each side. So blast 2 just means a square with 2 sides. A burst is every space in range X in line of sight from that space. So the burst that's being triggered by the embers are more like full, like it's already a 3x3 as a burst 1, whereas a blast 2 is only a 2x2. Interesting stuff, just worth putting it out here. So I do need to have a target, because that's the way it works. The target will take 3 damage. On a hit, the target will take 3 damage again, and then everybody in the area will take 3 damage. And then on a hit, the dangerous terrain will be placed under the attack target. So the Pyromancer readies themselves up. The nice thing is you might notice that, and this is where we get to talk about some other interesting stuff here. I'm just going to bring a arrow. I want to show you this. So currently, because there is an elevation of 1, our dear right over here, oh, never mind, I'm on a higher space, then never mind. But normally, if I was even just 1 here, you would have cover, because you are behind an elevation of 1. So that would give you, I believe...
Almost a learning moment.
It's almost a learning moment. That would have given you, I believe, half damage, if I remember what my cover rules are. It doesn't block line of sight unless it's...
I still have cover, right?
Pardon? The Pyromancer is up on a height 2.
I still have cover, though.
Do you? The Pyromancer is on a higher height than you.
Because of Aether Wall, it's one of my classes.
Yes, true. Okay,
Oh.
so Aether Wall, because you have range 3. Okay, yes. So it's not cover, but it is exactly the same effect. So half damage. And half damage never stacks. So if you're gaining half damage from something, gaining it again does absolutely nothing. So, well, let's still roll it out, because it's a good test of Aether Wall, and it's one of the reasons why it's good for... speaking of, the Pyromancer also has Aether Wall. That's why it's good for your rights to kind of give themselves a little room. Anyway, we're going to do a Flame Burst. It'll be targeted, we'll say, on you. So that's going to create a little 2x2, kind of like starting with you in the top corner, and I'm going to plop a thing afterwards. All right, dice, don't fail me now. The dice have failed me now. I have rolled a 1. As these things happen. So that 3 damage is halved, and I believe it's still round up though. So that's 2 damage. The hit does not happen. Area effect does not happen. And because it's not a on hit, no dangerous terrain is created under you with the attack. Flame Burst is also a chain ability, which is why I've put a nice little chain emote. That means that the next ability that the Pyromancer has to use, if they want to use that ability, they would have to use Grip Higher instead. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to move to Flash Fire. So a target in range 1 to 6 is going to take 2 damage, and then is going to have to save or become slowed. Afflicted foes also explode for an explosion for 3 damage. I'm actually going to chuck that one. 1, 2, at our... Am I far enough? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yes, I can attack the Stalwart. So, my dear Stalwart friend, you have armor, so you do take only 1 damage from the Flash Fire, as it pings you essentially for a little damage. And I'm going to ask you to save. So this is the first save that we do. It's a d6, and on a 4, 5, or 6, you successfully save.
a d6. 2.
Okay, so you're slowed. So I'm going to go over here to
Uh,
where the haste is. -1, which means the next time you move, you will be moving 2 less. And
Does that
that's
include?
it.
I would assume this does. Does it include dash?
No.
It does not. Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Haste and slow only affect when you free move. So it'll affect your free move, and it'll affect if you take the sprint action, but it does not affect dashes or stuff like that. It's just on. I believe the exact wording on haste is, or slow is, when free moving, move -2 spaces, and then it's discarded as soon as you use it. So that was the Pyromancer. The Pyromancer is actually going to move a little bit outside of this kind of crazy flame thing going on. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and they don't have enough movement to make it up onto the higher ridge, but they are moving a little bit outside of this kind of nut stuff that's going on here. So Pyromancer's done. Moving on to you guys.
Mendicant, do you have something you want to do?
Yeah. Potentially, I'm trying to remember exactly how being obscured works because
No
I know
worries.
like it's.
I have the glossary right in front of me.
Yeah.
So
How do I note the damage taken? I took 2.
you just change your. You can do like
Okay.
like you can
Yeah.
hold up. You can do like that, and then
32.
let's put you guys just. And I think Stalwart, you took 1 damage, right? Like that, 39 out of 40.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
Okay. The chance that I put any of you, the chance that I damage any of you to like dead is very, very slim, but it is how it is. Alrighty. So, Obscure, did you want me to give you the ruling or did you find it?
Oh, I have not yet.
Okay. If I remember obscured, and that one's a little weird. So, obscured spaces provide cover from all directions for characters inside and can be used for cover by adjacent characters, but they do not block movement or line of sight. Essentially, it's like a smoke cloud, darkness, tall grass, etc.
But if the character is right next to me, then that does nothing, right? Even if I'm obscured.
It says cover from all directions. It can be used for cover by no. But I believe then you have to look at the cover rules, because I believe cover only applies to. This is where we have to look up some rules. This is the fun part. But again, this is the kind of stuff where eventually we will know it all. Good question on cover. Does cover work for adjacent things? I don't actually believe so. I think there was a thing in there somewhere. How about you plan out your stuff, and then I'll be looking up cover as we do that. Or if any of you have the PDF and want to hit Control F and do cover.
I was thinking.
Found it. Characters take half damage from abilities. You can take cover by standing in an adjacent space, any obscured space, or in any space. You only gain cover against characters on the other side of your cover. A character can never gain cover. Oh my gosh. A character can never gain cover against adjacent characters.
Okay, yeah.
So if they're next to you, they can slap you. They can whack you around.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that doesn't help if I place cover here.
I don't believe so.
Where we are. Yeah. I could put the light. These various hazards can overlap, right? So I could, for example, put a light.
So yours,
the light centered on.
So yours is a zone, and a death trap is a summon. So I do believe they can share a zone. Zones can never share Zones can never share areas with other zones. And if ever you try to reapply a zone, you lose the first one that you made. So you can't have more than one of the deals.
The fire is on zone, though, right?
Yes, the fires are zones. But those have a little. Those have a weird little rule where they are zones, they're ember zones, but those are allowed to place any number of those. So that's like a rare zone that you can just keep spreading them out. But yeah, you can't overlap a zone with a zone.
Okay. So there's nowhere I could place the light effect where it hits both S2 and B1, but does not remove one of the fire.
I don't know if it would remove the fire. I don't know. I don't think you when you use a zone, I don't think it removes the one that's previously there. I think yours just doesn't happen.
So there's nowhere that I could place it where it hits both.
to my understanding, and I could be wrong, like you could drop it, and just the one that's under the fire just doesn't happen, right?
Okay, sure.
I
Okay, that
believe
was,
it would be. I think it would be something like this. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's what would make sense to me. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Time for me to go look up zones again. That's the one I've had the most changing. Blah 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 blah. Unless specified, placing is. Oh darn! Never mind. I'm wrong. Placing a new zone replaces the. No, that's just the one about replacing the last one you placed. Zones from self or allies cannot overlap each other. But does that? So the question is, does that mean you can never drop a zone that touches another zone, or does it simply cut off that part of the zone? I'm gonna rule that. Let's do the cool thing. And then if we're wrong, well, we'll fix it next time. Let's do the cool thing where I'm going to let you drop the cross if you want, but it just won't be also on top of the Ember Zone.
Okay, so that would be, let's see, range 1 to 4. And you said it can't, the center has to be 4 away, right? It's the center that has to be 4 away?
Nope.
Or...
Nope. Any part of the zone, I believe, can be in the 4 away.
Any part of the zone.
Yep.
Okay, so if I copy this...
Yep. Well, do you want me to put... Yeah.
Here, does that work?
It's... Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up. You're using my original, though, here.
Oh, oops.
Okay,
oh,
here you go.
I did copy it.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, there's...
Yeah.
They're there for that reason. Okay, cool. Do you want to read out what the zone does so everybody can hear the cool thing?
So, any enemy that starts or end their turn there gains a brand. And also, if we happen to end up there for whatever reason, we can clear 1 negative status and then save and end 1 more on a success.
Yeah, and you might be wondering, well, how can that zone be placed on top of? Well, it's because Dio says it can be placed over characters. So that zone lets you just slam it down. So yep, if they start or end their turn in it, they get brand. So brand is the opposite of shield, I believe, and I think that's the one that makes them take additional. When attacked, their defense is 2 lower, so it's kind of like a decrease in their armor, or not their armor, their defense. I want to use the right stuff. And then if you start or end your turn in there, you get to clear a negative status token. Then you get to save, and you get to clear an additional 1 on a success. So not a full negative status, but 1 token is not bad. Okay, that was 2 actions. Would you like to move?
I would. So it costs 2 to move away from the soldier, right?
The soldier's there, so it has a little rampart ability. So.
Yeah, I also cannot actually move my character because it's under the trap.
It's okay. That's why we should do order and then send to the back. There you go.
Okay. So let's see. If I move... I couldn't move past past our Vanguard, right? Am I remembering that ability?
You can move past your own...
Stalwart.
You can move past your Stalwart. The Stalwart doesn't affect your...
Yeah, but it would mean that the S1... Oh, no, because it only counts once, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so I could move over here.
So it would be...
I think that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
You moved.
Right.
1.
If I started here, 1, 2, 3, 4, because the Stalwart has 1.
Well, okay. So the way that ability works, the little thing is that it's just adjacent spaces cost +1 more movement for foes to exit. So I mean, all the spaces you move to. Yeah.
So it does. So that does. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
All right. In that case, I will move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
You were like here. You were here, right? You were in the little nook. Yeah.
Yeah, I was down there.
1, 2.
So I can move up there.
This is still considered adjacent. Remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Or 1, 2.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's fine. That's fine. I was thinking.
Actually,
probably...
here's the thing. You can get there because you can do this. You can go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You can go up 1 more.
But doesn't it? Doesn't that trigger the trap?
Nope. Death traps are only triggered by foes. They do hit all characters in the summon, but the trap does not trigger when the friendlies walk over it.
Okay. Well, actually, in that case, I think I would rather to go over here anyway.
Sure. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You move up into that nook right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So I believe is that the end of your turn? Because then it'll be one of mine.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go with boss 1. So boss 1
have.
Go for it. What's up?
Actually, I have an interrupt.
Go for it.
Interpose.
Yes.
Trigger an ally ends their turn in range. An ally has, and the range is 1 through 3. Effect -2. If you end this move adjacent to that ally, they gain shield.
Absolutely.
So I will move.
1,
There's
2.
a part of me that really wants to move like right here, despite the fact that the archer can totally just.
You could. I mean, you are moving up 1, right? So it would be.
Yeah.
You could move one.
True.
You could move 1 square up, and you are adjacent to the soldier, right? And I do believe that still affects on dashes, right? So,
Okay,
so you're essentially you're moving 1 square. So,
so then it would be.
Remember, it doesn't stack. So the soldier's ability and the elevation don't stack. It's always you take the worst of the two, and they're the exact same. It's +1 movement. So,
Okay, then right here, and
cool.
my dearest purple, you gain shield.
Yeah. So mendicant, you gained a shield. You want me to let you add that to yours? That way we get used to.
Sure.
There you go. So next time you get attacked, you're gonna have a little bit more juice in the tank. Super. Obviously, I think we can see that like combat is not the fastest. So we're gonna play like another hour and a bit. If ever we don't get to the end of the fight, I mean, I'm not upset. It's just that I can't go all the way to midnight. My wife will eventually want to go to bed. So we'll definitely at least another hour. We'll see how close we're getting, and then I mean, again, the whole point of this is just to get a feel for it. But as I said, boss is going to take their turn. They are starting their turn inside of Dio, so I believe they are branded. So I'm going to go over here to the bosses. I'm going to give them brand. So I'm going to change the wording. -1. So the way these work, by the way, is they have to be spent automatically. And so there we go. Brand. A little bit of a negative here. So the next time that the boss gets attacked, it has a defense of 2 instead of a defense of 1. Good times all around. Let's look at the boss's abilities and let's see what we got. The nice thing is that at least it has loyalty, so half damage will adjacent to an ally that does not have this trait. It's got beatdown, motivate, and pump up. We are going to do definitely pump up, but what do I want to do first? There's some really, really nasty stuff all around. You know what? Let's clear a little bit of it up. The boss is going to motivate its lackey right in front of it, and it's going to take 1d3 piercing damage. So I rolled a 2, so it's going to be a 1. So the soldier number 2 essentially gets like flagellated by its friend here. Move, you weakling, right? Like, you know, everything that's fun. So I'm going to mark a little damage here, but he does gain a lovely little point of strength, which is going to be useful. The strength is the damage one, and that's the one that I find really important. And it also is allowed to dash 2. It will dash 2, and it's time to clear this first trap. So, woo! Okay, so you want to read out Death Trap again? Tell me how much damage this is going to do?
I believe it's 8 safe for half. Let me check.
Yep, it is. Oh, well, it's save or take 4 damage twice.
Yeah,
so
4 damage twice or once. So the armor will apply twice if it.
Yeah, let's yeah, exactly. That's why I sent the soldier in and not the boss. I rolled a 6, so that is a save. So it's going to explode for 4 damage, and that's going to be reduced by 1, so it's going to take a total of 3 damage, putting it at 4 damage. So your death trap pops off.
All right.
So there we go. That was a dash of a 2. Now the boss doesn't have to worry about moving north so much. So it's going to use pump. Oh, no, it actually has to move first because pump up is an end turn. So the boss is going to move 4, and it's going to carefully navigate its butt out of these ember tiles. So 1, we're going to go 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to climb up here. Trying to get a little bit of elevation outside of all this yucky stuff that's like lingering behind it. And then it's going to use pump up. So now it has aura 2 until the start of its next turn. Any ally that will start their turn in that aura are going to gain another point of strength. And if ever they were bloodied, they would also gain vigor or additional vigor. But giving strength is the important thing. And this is why I prepared this thing. And here's the interesting thing. Aura 2 is a lot bigger than we think sometimes. This is how big an Aura 2 is.
Holy fuck.
Because it's, yeah. So here we go. So that's the boss's aura. There we go. So it really just affects the soldier too, because that's the one who hasn't taken the start of its turn yet. But, you know, more strength tokens are good all around. Okay, up to you. So we've only got our stalwart left, and then I will take the last 2 of my unit's actions.
Oh my goodness, it's your favorite stalwart.
Oh, and I should mention that I do have my job trait Bless, and this is the last turn we have this round for me to use it.
That's true.
So before you can make any effect roll or save, I can make you roll it with plus.
Yep.
That'd
So
be
an
pretty
effect
good.
roll is specifically on an ability, like when we did the death trap or anything that says, hey, roll a d6 to know if there's an additional effect. And roll it with plus. Again, we haven't really talked about power, but that just means you roll that many dice additional, and then you take the highest one. So it's quite good. So I will be very flexible, though, with Bless. And a bit of a house rule has been, because of the timing and playing online, people can sometimes accidentally, like, pre-roll and then oops, I already rolled, I saw what it was. So I'm going to allow the house rule that you can still use it after. Like, I know it says before an ally in range makes an effect roll, but I'm not going to be like rude about it. You can also say, hey, by the way, don't forget I had Bless. You can re-roll another one. So I'll let you do before or after, okay? That way we don't miss timing on it. So alrighty.
I will ask.
Yep.
So impel.
Yep.
So it says.
So that's an effect. So that's an effect, yeah.
-1,
Yep.
then an adjacent foe is dazed.
Yep.
And pushed, it says 1 parentheses 4 plus
Yep.
2 or 6 plus
Yep.
4 space.
So it'll depend on the dice that you roll. So essentially, let's say you rolled the 6, you would read the full sentence, which is dazed and pushed 1, 2, or 4 while you choose.
Oh.
Right? So the 4 plus
Okay.
is on a if you get a 4, 5, or 6, you could opt to push 2. And if you roll a 6, you may opt to push 4, but you have to pick one of those distances.
Okay. I was like, for a second I thought like, oh, if I roll super high, do I have to push 4?
No, that's why there's the or.
And pushing, is there a limitation on what direction I can push?
I believe it has to be away from you.
Okay, that's sort of what I assumed. So good.
So if while you figure that out, let me just check real quick. I believe push, move a character X spaces away from you. Each space must be further away than the last.
Okay.
Yep. And pull is the opposite. Each space has to be closer than the last.
Then I am going to do my move. So
Yep.
1 and then 2, 3. I just love being in this death trap.
Okay, so moving up.
I will start with basic attack.
Okay, so I believe that's Führer, right?
I wish it had a different name.
Führer. Yeah, I know it sounds a little bit like. Let's call it Fury, if you guys, if that's okay with all.
Fury sounds.
We
good.
can say Fury.
I kept reading it and thinking it said like fervor, and I was like, okay.
No, it's Führer, but it sounds a little bit like I know what you're thinking of. Let's just say Fury let's say Fury and call it a day. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna do Fury.
So no matter what, it'll be 2 damage. So you are attacking a archer, so that has the skirmisher ability where it will reduce all damage from missed attacks and successful saves to 1. But if you hit, it's going to be a big chunk of damage. So
I'm gonna try. D10.
It's got an armor of 6.
I rolled a 9.
That's a hit. It's not a crit, but it is a hit. So you can roll a d6.
I roll a 6. Oh, I rolled a 5.
Dang. All right. So 5 plus 2. So that's going to be a total of 7 damage on the archer. And don't forget, it had already taken some damage. So the archer is actually getting slowly on its way to being bloodied already. So that's pretty good. And I believe you have a little bit more juice in the tank because I believe you gained 2 vigor. Yep.
I do gain 2 vigor.
Sweet.
And then I will use impel.
Okay. So you get to dash 1, which is, not mandatory. And I don't.
I will just
stay where you are. Well, you can't really go up because that would cost 2. But you can daze the archer.
Oh wait, actually, could I, instead of Oh wait, no, because I would have a worse roll if I wasn't on the same
Yes.
space as
You
it.
would. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, and
How
you
much
get
damage
the
does
did you get
the-
the
how much damage does the death trap do?
It's 4 damage twice. 4 on a save, and for you it's 3 because you have your armor.
I'll be fine. Impel.
Okay, so we're pushing it away from you.
hmm
Okay.
and I can give you the advantage on the effect roll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's you can shove it quite a weird way up on the. So blessing. So roll 2d6. Take the highest.
I shall. Rolled a 5 and a 5. Again.
Okay. So push 1 or 2. I mean, you're kind of on the edge of the map here, so so you can kind of like, I guess, just push it up. Really, honestly. So.
So presumably, like, am I able to push this way?
So here's the interesting thing. I'm going to say yes because I don't want to have to dig into the weird rules about this, because when I think push, I think the movement rules, and we count orthogonal. So I'm going to say yes. I have no problem with that. So
Okay.
is that okay? I don't think anyone's going to say, no, I don't want the enemy to be into Death Trap. I will say it doesn't explode now because Death Trap says voluntarily enters the area. But when it starts its turn, it's going to explode. So, fun times for
wait
everybody.
a second. I'm actually a cheater because I had -1 movement, so I shouldn't have been able to get up here.
Are you sure? Weren't you -2? Ah, you would only have had 2 movement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Um.
That's okay. But you know what? Look, just clear it. We're not gonna undo big turns once we've done lots of stuff. This is just a
Okay.
oops, we forgot to check. That's on us. Well, let's have you preserve the
That makes
the
sense. Yeah.
-1, and we'll do it on the next one. I think these are like
Okay.
little things that are just, hey, we're gonna make a note because it's obviously gonna be really easy to go like, oops, didn't track my tokens. In real life, what I want to do is get little poker chips with the tokens, and you just stack them in front of you, and it makes it a lot easier to be like, oh, I have to use them, you know. But yeah, on a digital sheet, it's a little easy to miss these things. So that was 2 actions, a movement. That's a wrap.
Oh, and also they are dazed.
And they are days. I already applied that.
Okay.
So days is the
that-
opposite of
that-
strength. So it's going to be a -2 to the next base damage that the archer does.
Then that is my turn.
Sweet. Okay. We are going to start with Soldier 2, however. Soldier 2 starts in the boss's pump up aura. So going to gain another point of strength that puts it at 2 strength. It does not use 2 at a time. It uses 1 when it can. The soldier, and actually I'm going to be really smart here, and I'm actually going to just customize this color just a little bit more because, whoops, that's the opposite of what I want to do. I'm having actual trouble seeing the height. So give me just one quick second. I'm going to drop the opacity, and I'm actually going to change the color just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the soldier can make its way around the curve here, so it's going to go 1, 2, and 3 to end up in front of our little friend here, the right, which is good. Keeps it in range of the boss so that loyalty is in effect, and also conveys armor to the boss because of guard, which is kind of what I was going for with these two. So we're going to start off by using Death Strike, so it's a melee attack. I'm going to simply roll an attack against you, dear right. I rolled a 1, huzzah! So you take 2 damage. So it pokes you for 2. Chip, chip. I'm not rolling very high on my dice, but you know what? That is okay. We are going to use Bash this time, and if this is how we're doing pushed, we're going to do it this way. An adjacent foe will take 2 damage and is going to be pushed 1, so right, you're going to take another 2 damage, and I'm actually going to knock you off the height here. So, just get socked in the face. See, I already missed something. You should have taken 2 extra damage on the first one because strength pops no matter what, but it doesn't pop on the second one because bash is not an attack. So you take 2 extra damage from that first attack. And then the archer has to start their turn. So the death trap explodes. Are you ready, Stalwart? We're gonna roll some stuff.
I'm gonna
Come on,
do
build
my
save.
best.
Build the save.
It's a D6 for saves.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
But not you. You passed the save. Hopefully.
I rolled a 1.
You failed the
So you
save.
take 6 damage, and my archer takes 4.
Fucked up.
The good news is though about the archer taking 4 is the archer is now bloodied. So for whoever that
Oh, goody.
cares about that, the archer is bloodied. So what I'm going to do for that is really simple. I'm just going to put a box over their head on
You
my.
took 6, right?
I took.
No, I was talking to our
Yes.
stalwart.
Okay. Yes. The stalwart
6,
should have taken
right.
6, I believe, because 3 and 3. Armor thankfully soaks up the 2 twice, but the archer saved, so the archer took 4 points once, but that did make it bloodied. So
our stalwart should
no,
have 30.
doesn't it have
Now, right?
does it not have the other half of Skirmisher?
oh dang, it actually does. Even cooler. Thank you for catching that. It does have the other half of skirmisher. That does count on successful saves. Dang, that's actually way cooler. So never mind. The archer is not bloodied. It is close to bloodied, but not quite. All right. I'm like, see, this is how it works. Group think tank. So now the archer can take its turn. The archer does not like where it is right now. So no, it's a little surrounded by too many people. It unfortunately does not have the additional skirmisher thing where it lets it do like a lot of move. So instead, what it's going to do is, I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's 4, 5, 6. I think that gets me there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to lose a bit of height advantage. So it's going to stay here. We're going to go and attack our mendicant, which is our little green friend here. Because it's got advantage, so it's going to roll the 2d10. It's using its swift shot ability. So it's range 2 to 5. It's an attack. It deals 2 damage and does a 1d6, and then a different foe in range will take 2 damage if I get the hit. So I have to hit your armor, which I believe you have defensive 4.
And I have the shield. Is that counting the shield?
Yeah, if you have a shield, that definitely counts here. That's exactly where it counts. So your armor is now, your defense is 6, correct?
6, yeah.
All right. I rolled an 8 and a 7, so that's going to be enough to get through at least. So the attack goes through. We are going to deal 2 damage plus 1d6, so that's a total of 6 damage. But the archer was dazed. Well, the archer was dazed, so you only take 4.
Okay, 42.
Yep. So I can put that back to strength. And then now that that's done, a different foe in range will take 2 damage. So this is a separate effect. So I'm going to put it on, I guess, the Vagabond then. Since you are at full health, I think we'll share the love. So 1 arrow into the mendicant, kind of does like a really sexy backflip, hits you with a 1 arrow because you had the height advantage, and he GTFOs. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, gets him all the way over here. So hop, hop, hop. Does not have enough to make it up to the top, but does have another ability. It's going to use Prowl, which gives it dash 3 and then stealth. So it's going to dash 3 to get up and then up here. So 1, 2, then 3. And now it has the unique stealth ability, which is as long as you have 1 stealth token, cannot be directly targeted by foes except from adjacent spaces. And then after using any ability, or when ending any turn adjacent to a foe, it has to discard a stealth token. So it does have 1 right now. So and that, I believe, is the end of the archer's turn, which puts us to turn 2, making the Ember Zones that much more lethal. They now explode for 4 damage instead of 3. It is now the player's turn. You have the first go at who wants to go first.
Do we have anybody who's itching for it?
I'll go.
Ah,
Okay, so I'm going to move. Wait, is the archer bloodied or not?
Nope, the archer is not currently blooded because we forgot. I had forgotten about the skirmisher's second ability, which was reduce damage from successful saves. So it is getting very close to being bloodied.
I will not go first then.
Okay.
Like,
The best I could
Wait,
do
but
if I
shut
were
off,
to
it's
go
just-
is just move close to the soldier and stop him
If
from
I-
being able to get terribly close.
if I went first, I would be able to get to a high ground.
Do you want to go for it?
There's something pleasant about saying I have the high ground. It's just
Yeah. I think I want to do movement first. Yeah.
sure, go for it. Don't forget that if you're next to the soldier, it
1,
costs an additional
2,
movement.
3. 4. Oh. I thought that was just.
Well, I mean, if you're moving up, it's the same cost. So if you're moving up, by the way, so because it's +1 to move up and plus
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Here and here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, correct. Darn, the soldier can't impede you from sprinting up to a height. So you get right on top of the archer, who's like, uh-oh. Nuts. All right. What are you gonna what powerful stuff are you gonna drop on us this turn?
Well, funnily enough, I can't actually hit the archer because my minimum range is 2. My base
Oh,
attack.
Huzzah!
Damn!
Should you move somewhere else?
Well, hold up. You have
No.
I mean, you've always got Geo. If you want to just drop something next to it. But yes, you are correct.
Oh, yeah?
I did notice that all your abilities are range 2, which makes sense. I mean, if you're a ranged character. That's funny. I mean,
Actually, no, I should just use Geo first. Yeah, I should use Geo. Let's just roll the d6 and see if I get 5+. Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, problem with
We are a fresh
doing
turn.
Geo to push.
Yeah.
Problem with doing Geo to push is that I would be pushing on. Would I be pushing onto high ground? Is that possible?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Geo is
It's
you create
probably
one or two height
Yeah.
1 boulder objects, and then when you create it, you may push an adjacent character 1 space away from it. So,
Yeah. That'd be pushing the character onto high ground, which you probably don't want.
I'm not even sure you can push someone up to high ground.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can push someone
Okay.
up. You can push someone down. I don't believe you can push them up. You could push them like away, like
But yeah, I can push. I always forget.
There's a few things you can do.
Diagonal.
But also, if
Yeah,
you don't
I'll
want,
try making it diagonal.
if not, you could also. I mean, I'm just going to move you just for a second. You could also just go here and have the range 2 and do all kinds of other stuff. So don't. There's that. You have a lot of options here.
Let's roll a d6.
Okay. Just as a reminder, the Mendicant has Bless, and I believe that could also be used here because I think you're in range 4 if ever you wanted the
Yes,
Bless.
you are. You are in range 4.
If you want it. If you're like, 1 or 2 boulders won't make a big difference, you don't have to use it. But
I don't think it makes a big difference. But
Okay.
I did roll a 5.
okay, so you rolled a 5, so you can make 2, so you can go grab the boulder objects down in the thing. Just make sure you copy, and then you can move them anywhere in free space, range 1 to 4. So I actually bought 300 wooden blocks so that I can play this physically with actual height maps like Final Fantasy Tactics. And then I realized there's a small problem. I don't know how I make size 2 or size 3 enemies work if I'm actually using height objects. I'm going to have to get little like plastic, those transparent things that hold them up because otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a boulder. I think you get one more boulder.
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably want to just like push the boss down or something, just like impede movement.
Yeah, actually. Honestly, yeah. Shoving the boss back towards the bad stuff is actually really funny.
There we go. So yeah, pushing the boss down.
Alrighty, I'll move him down.
I'm
So
pushing.
push one. Ah, no.
I'm pushing the archer up and horizontally. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought. Wait, could you not? Wait, I thought you could put. Did you say you could push diagonally?
No, I think we said you don't push diagonally because it's movement based, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I got confused there.
That's
Yeah.
okay. It's one away from the object is the important stuff. So, all right, 2 boulders have materialized. You still have, I believe, 1 action left to use. What would you like to do?
Let me just pull up.
No worries. You've got the soldier 2 right behind you that is at a lower height than you and at least 2 away if you want to mess him up a little bit.
There's attack 2 damage and area 2 damage. I'm not sure if they hit stack on the same tile though.
It would the attack is 2 damage. What are you talking about? For which ability?
For the major.
So yeah, Magi would. So you would target the enemy. It would do a cross. There's no other enemy that would be hit by it, but it would take 2 damage plus 1d6 if you attack. The area effect is only for the stuff next to it.
It says 1d8, but yes.
1d6, right? There's nothing that rolls a d8 in this game.
You're right, I can't read.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The game only uses. I believe the game literally only uses d6s and d10s. I don't think I've seen it use any other dice. Which honestly is very cool.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I drop it on the soldier.
okay, so Magi,
you roll for
you roll the d10, and you're going to try and beat the. This is Soldier 2. Soldier 2 has nothing here that modifies that, so you're trying to beat a defense of 3. So 3 or higher, so it shouldn't be too hard.
And how does the height advantage factor in?
So you roll. So essentially, it's like if to use another game's terminology, you are rolling with advantage, like in D&D. So you're gonna roll instead of 1d10, you roll 2d10. You take the highest number.
I rolled a 9 and a 10.
You rolled a 10. Congratulations! We have our first critical hit. Yay! Okay. So when you do a critical hit, you re-add, I believe, the base damage that you would roll. So instead of just doing 2 damage plus 1d6, it's 2 damage plus 1d6 plus 2. So you're going to do a little bit of extra damage on this one.
Get his ass.
So that I rolled a 2, so that's 2 plus 2 plus 2.
So a total of 6. It's going to be reduced by 1 because the armor from the soldier.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a total of 5. So it's taking a little more damage. And you now get to roll the effect dice because you did a hit. So you roll a d6. So you're definitely creating difficult terrain, and it also becomes dangerous if you roll higher than a 5. No worries.
Yeah, that's just difficult, which is the spotted one, I think. I was already placed. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Right down.
And what did you roll, you said? Sorry?
1.
Oh, you rolled a 1? Okay, so it's not going to be dangerous, but it is difficult, so it costs an extra movement point to exit. Okay, I'm glad that my lines, you can see them underneath the meeples. Good. All right. So there's 1 turn done. We're going to move you over here to the side, and I'm going to take my turn. Okay. I think what we're going to do is get the Pyromancer up and going. So Pyromancer is going to move 1, 2 to get up here, 3, and then we're going to go 4. Puts it, nope, I lied. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and put it, I can't quite get to where I want it to go, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3. You are still 3 away, though, which is, means your Aether Wall is active. So you would take half damage from abilities. Oh, interesting. Look, it is what it is. How can I angle? Oh, the angle's a little weird. How far do I have on a range thing? I have a range of... Oh, I have a range of 8. I'm actually totally fine. Okay, never mind. It's got a range of 8. It's parked itself on this little high thing. So it's going to use its Grip Higher, which is a double action ability with a range of 3 to 8 that creates a Blast 3. So that's a 3x3 square. So for everyone counting at home, that means I can do this.
Whoa.
So that should be able to catch the 2 of you in there. I'm going to just change the color because otherwise I will get confused. Here we go. It's going to target the... none of you have shield, so it doesn't really matter. We'll target the Mendicant, which makes more sense. And then it's going to be a 3x3. Oh, actually, no. I don't think I can catch both of you. Nope, I can't catch both of you.
Follow the boss.
Sorry? Yes, it follows the boss.
Does the boss not?
The boss
No,
aura
I
follows the
just
boss.
didn't know.
Also, I can't get both of you. That's interesting because I believe the origin point is the target here. I'm gonna rule that it's like this. Maybe I'm allowed to curve it off of the corner, and then someone will correct me. But we'll go this way. So, my dear mendicant friend, you're being launched a giant ball of fire. Because I have the height advantage, I'm gonna roll 2d10, and here's how the damage works. It's gonna be a base damage of 3. If it hits, I'm gonna add an extra 2d6. And then, as an effect, it will deal an additional 2 base damage if you were standing in adverse terrain, which you are not. So let's just see if I hit. That's going to be step 1. And I'm just going to remind the stalwart that I believe your friend is within... I don't know if your ability... Do you have... What's your interrupt again? It's...
I have Rampart.
It's... Yeah, okay, it's
So
Rampart.
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
Armor, right?
Adjacent, though. Aha. Your
adjacent.
friend is not adjacent. Yeah, I was thinking of interpose, but that's when an ally ends in range. Anyway, here we go. Rolling 2d10.
You can go fuck yourself.
Well, I was gonna say go fuck yourself, but hey, good news. I rolled double 3, and I believe you have a defense of 4. So
Yeah, that's the base.
or no, 4? Yes, you have 4, right? Yeah.
Isn't
so
that the base?
yes. Yes, so I actually didn't get the hit. So the fire goes wild, and instead you just take 3 damage.
Okay.
That's it.
So I'm
That's
down to 39.
definitely not as spicy as I had hoped, but you know what? We can't get it all. And with that, that was a double action. So the pyromancer's turn is now done. So it is back to all of you.
Close to being bloodied, right?
Which one?
What do you say?
The archer.
The archer is so close to being bloodied.
Okay. Can I share space with another
You cannot.
ally?
You cannot share spaces with a character. You can move through, but you cannot end your turn in the same space,
Uh-oh.
unless an ability says you can. But I don't believe I've seen one that does it yet.
All right.
Is the ally still stealth? Still has stealth, or did the being adjacent? I forget when stealth.
So
tokens,
the way
get removed because
so
one
it's
being adjacent.
when ending its turn adjacent to a foe, it discards it, or after using an ability. So
Okay,
it still has it, but I mean the stealth doesn't
Yeah.
affect things that are directly adjacent to it.
Mhm.
So you can still
Yeah.
get up next to it.
I mean,
but
hypothetically, I could move next to it,
Yep.
to the archer, and ping it with the with my base attack.
you could,
Because I believe the base attack can hit adjacent
Yep.
things.
but it only
if
only
you-
loses the stealth when it uses an ability or when it ends its turn next to a foe. So it'll lose it
Yeah,
at the end of
but
its turn. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think because you, well, actually, I would assume that the either of you can get close enough to it to hit it. So
Who were you
do
talking to about
both
that?
need it to be bloodied to get some advantage? The two others who haven't gone yet,
Okay,
the
okay.
stalwart and the
I can get close enough to hit it.
I think I can do. I think I can go
It's-
next.
It's the stalwart that has its fury ability will deal more damage when the foe is in crisis, which is when it's at 25% health. So that's a little bit
Okay,
further away.
so ideally, I would attack it, and then you, the vagabond would attack
think
it. Now, then
I-
once it's bloodied, and then the stalwart would attack it. Hopefully, if you
If
can
I
get it into
blood-
crisis.
If I bloody it with my attack, then does it hit again? Then does that register?
What do you mean?
Do I get gouge? If it's bloodied because of my attack, does that trigger bloody effects?
No, because it's after the damage is dealt, right?
Okay.
Give me an
Well,
example.
there's that.
What's your ability that does it? Which one is relevant for that?
Gouge. On hit, if your
Gouge,
foe
gouge,
is,
gouge.
if your foe is bloodied, strike your target again, dealing 3 damage.
On
If your
hit.
foe's in crisis,
I don't. So I'm gonna rule that I believe that your foe has to. No, because the on hit.
I would assume if it's simultaneous.
I would look.
If that's a concept.
I would assume it already has to be bloodied when it starts. I would go with that. I think that's what makes more sense to me. And then I'll add that to my list of things to check out.
All right, so then I guess it makes most sense for us all to focus the archer in order from doesn't
yeah,
need
you
to be
can-
bloody, needs it to be bloody, needs some crisis.
That sounds correct.
In which case,
Poor
it would
poor
make more
archer.
sense for me to go next. Mhm.
Kill that
Um,
fucker.
Let's see. So if I go over here, would that block anyone else from going next to the archer?
I mean, you can still attack diagonally. So
Yeah, would not block me.
Yeah, but I'm asking because ideally I would be as far away from everyone else
yeah,
as possible,
yeah. I see what you mean.
all the other enemies as possible.
I see what you mean.
You should be.
So would being here block anyone else? Okay. All right. So if I go here, actually, I should make sure that my other action, because I can also, what's that? Vega. Okay, so I should do Vega first because otherwise I'm too far away. Unless I want to hit. I don't know who needs strength and a free move the most. I guess I should ask that first. So currently
I
I'm
would
still here.
appreciate it, but I don't need it. Probably the stalwart might need it more.
I don't really need a free move. Like I can get within range.
It's
of
an
the
immediate
archer
free move, which is quite nice actually. So,
Yeah, actually, I think it does make most sense because we don't know if you're going to get the archer in crisis, a vagabond. But if you have strength, you're more likely to get it in crisis,
Oh, true.
which would then turn
Yeah.
on the stalwart's attack. So I will use cast Vega on you. So
okay, there is an effect dice to roll.
roll roll one.
Do you want to roll with bless just while the mendicant is around to try and double up to get the 2 strength tokens?
Oh, well, I am the mendicant.
Oh, are you allowed to
I
give
am
it?
the
Oh, sorry,
mendicant.
yes.
I use it
Are you
for
allowed to give
myself.
it? No, an ally in
so.
range. I don't know. Do you count as
But
being an
that
ally to
counts.
yourself?
I'm pretty sure there's a thing in the thing.
Let's
that
find
says-
out if you are your own ally. I love that.
I kind of would assume, based on the text of just like
Yeah.
interpose, an ally ends their turn.
It's good to
in
know.
range.
I would
But
assume
in
it's
this
somebody
case,
else,
It doesn't
but,
matter
yeah.
because I already rolled and got a 6.
Okay, super. I'm having deja vu from this too. This is really wild. Okay, so roll a 6, so give 2 strength.
Yeah.
And then you may immediately take a free move.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna charge headfirst into danger.
Sounds good.
Fuck yeah.
1, 2,
And you have
3.
2 strengths now.
I'll put them up there.
So if I give you strength, okay. Mhm.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay.
So your next 2
And so
attacks
then
will
I will
deal
move
extra
over
2.
here.
Yep.
Mhm. And now that I'm adjacent, I can ping with Glia.
Absolutely.
So that's a 10. Roll a 10.
So it's a
Right,
piercing
roll.
damage no matter what, and then your hit will deal an additional piercing
yeah.
damage.
A 10.
Oh, so crit.
I
So
swear I'm not cheating. It just
Well,
actually
That's pretty
no
got
worries.
the-
3 piercing damage in total.
max. Yeah.
So now the archer is bloodied.
Is it?
And now they're
Okay,
fucked.
and then also since that was a hit, I get the
You do get the extra effect. So you can roll a d6, and then you'll gain...
1d3 strength, and then
Yeah, sorry,
so,
1d3
it's-
strength.
Well,
yeah,
I guess since I'm just using random.org, I can just roll 3.
Yep.
And not have to do the division.
Yep.
3.
So you can distribute it to allies in range. This is where I remind you that tokens have a maximum stack of 3. So
Okay, so it makes most sense to give it to the right.
you can
I
distribute.
guess.
You could
Or
go like
maybe 2 to the right and then 1.
yeah,
2 to
you
the
can
right
go,
and
you can
then
go
1
2
to
and
the,
1 if you want. Yeah.
and 1 to the vagabond.
So yeah, Glia does not hit hard, but it definitely helps your friends hit hard afterwards. So okay, you guys want to put your damage, your strength stacks, or so it's
Or should I do it because I was the one who granted them?
yeah, go for it.
Or-
Yeah, exactly. That's what
Get in there.
since
Yeah.
you're choosing.
Mhm.
2 there, 1 there, super. And I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just move you here so we remember. Okay, my turn. So the archer... Whoa, where are you going? The archer is a bit in trouble. I'm not being surrounded by anything too dangerous. Honestly, I think it might be time for the archer to GTFO. It's going to lose stealth anyway because it's going to use an ability, that's for sure. So we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to move up here. And then 3. Just going to stay here on this corner, I believe. Actually, you know what's really weird? I think it's actually better to stay here because it's harder for people to attack it from there. So it's still got the height advantage on everybody else, except for the right, who is also on the same height. Do I want to use volley? You guys are not in a cross. Darn. Smart. Let's do something different then. We're going to use a swift shot, and I'm going to go after the vagabond, actually. Let's do that. Range 5. So we're going to go attack up here.
Do your worst.
I'll sure try. I've been rolling like poop. So I have a advantage on attacking up. Okay, well, I rolled an 8, so at least there is a hit. So it's going to be 2 damage plus 1d6, and somebody else is going to take 2 damage. So total of 8 damage, I rolled a maximum. Good, finally my dice are listening to me. So 8 damage, that's actually quite reasonable. And we are going to throw 2 damage on the mendicant, I think. So as the follow-up. So that'll put you at 37. There we go. And then with its second ability, it's going to activate its overdraw. So it's going to end its turn, and it's going to dash 2, and its next attack gains a +2 max range, ignores cover, and deals additional damage. So now it will dash back to the edge. I almost could get on top of that boulder. That would have been really funny, actually. Maybe in the future. That is the archer's turn. So yeah, icon full turns are still quite a bit slower than D&D, that's for sure. I think it's the fact that you always get 2 actions and they have a lot of stuff in each, but it's going smoother than 1.5. Oh my gosh, that's for sure. There was so much more stuff to track in 1.5. It was so nuts. Okay. So yeah, the archer's not looking too hot, but it did its thing. All right, so who's taking the next turn? Vagabond or Stalwart?
I wouldn't mind.
Vagabond, get in there.
Okay, so I have to spend this haste on my standard move, so I
Yeah,
get to
so
move.
You have
1,
6.
2, 3,
Yep.
4, 5,
Uh-huh.
6.
All right, right up
and
there.
Now it's gouging time.
Okay. I don't like the sound of that.
So hopefully I hit.
Okay, so Gouge again is a melee attack. first of all, the cool thing is you would have had a -1 with it anyway, because you -1 when you use it. It's 2 actions. The attack is 3 damage, and on a hit, you deal an additional 3 dice 3. On hit, if your foe is bloodied, you strike again, dealing an extra 3 damage. So it can be a lot. I will remind you, now that I remember, it's got Skirmisher. So if you miss, it's only taking the 1 damage.
Maybe only.
So
That's okay. I just won't miss.
I love that. And I believe
4
you...
hit?
No. It's got 6 defense.
No.
Unfortunately. But I mean, there's good news is you still have like strength and stuff. So
So that deals 5 damage?
yeah. 5 because it's going to be attack is going to be 1. The foe's bloodied. You strike again, dealing 3 damage. But that's only on a hit. So I guess it's 1 and then +2. So it's a total of 3 damage.
Okay.
Let me just mark it. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting slowly gushed.
We're gonna kill that fucking archer.
It's not far. It really like you were already quite a bit past the bloodied, and now you're really heading close to crisis range. So, alrighty. Anything else from your turn, or is that a wrap on you?
Well, that was a full action, so yes, that is a wrap on me.
Okay. The archer has taken its turn though, so the archer's in a bit of a pickle. So here's what we're gonna do. The soldier's gonna move. So 1, 2 to get out of that difficult terrain, and then we are going to go 3 and then 4 to kind of like squeeze into there. And it had started its turn in the boss's aura. So because of pump up, it's going to gain another point of strength. So soldier 2 goes up to 2 strength. It's not bloodied, so it's not gaining vigor, but at least it's gaining its strength thing. The first thing it's going to do is try and attack the vagabond, even though it's going up, so it's going to roll with disadvantage. We're going to try and attack with Deft Strike, just to do a little bit of damage. I rolled a 5, which I believe does not hit, so that is a miss. So the strength token pops because that is an attack.
1 damage.
3 because of the strength pop.
I take 3 damage.
Yeah. And then nothing else happens. And now we're going to use Bash. So an adjacent foe takes 2 damage and is pushed 1, and I'm going to knock the right off of its cliff. So just get off the hill. All right. Soldier 2 is done. I will appreciate that the foes are very straightforward. Like, I feel like I'm able to do their turns at about the same speed that I would do a D&D enemy's turn, so I do appreciate this. And also, just so you know, I opted not to bring in... Normally in holdout, it says to reinforce every turn. I opted not to do this at level 0 for now. Just, we might have reinforcements, but I think at the speed that it's going, we might not. So, you know, carry on. There's 1 player left.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah, and remember you're slowed this
last.
time.
You are slowed, so you're
I
not
am
moving.
slowed.
Yeah. I mean, I see an enemy in range 2. If you wanna.
You know, I see them as well. Let's see what, because I kind of have 4 movement because I have impel, so I have to think.
That's true.
It's still fucking nothing. Okay, what is the 1 second? Aura, gain aura to allies to start their turn. Oh, so I can be in the aura.
Oh yeah. Pump up is he's literally just telling his friends how good of a job they're gonna do. That's.
And I think they're gonna do a poor job.
So this is really funny how you want to use the boss and trigger the ability on like the first turn early, and then you want the boss to take the last turn possible, so that pump up almost lasts like 2 turns. It's really interesting.
It's funky. I have a friend whose system works similarly, and she feels complicatedly about it. Which I think is reasonable.
Okay, so it
has some interesting texture, but I can see why it might have.
Yeah, I get you.
I am going to impel.
Okay. So that's the dash, right?
Wait, mother. Oh wait, no. Wait.
What's up?
I'm a liar. I'm a liar and a cheat. Because I have to push them, which means that it would be better for me to attack first.
I see what you mean.
So I'm going to Fury.
So,
I'm
okay.
gonna do.
How did you get there from where you were? You had 2 movement, right?
I'm from. Oh, you're so right. I'm a.
You can be on the. You can be on the. That's okay. You can be on the diagonal. Yeah, it's okay. I was trying to count the square. It's all good. There's a lot to think of for a level 0. I can't even imagine this game at level 12. I'm not ready for that yet. Okay, so you hop on down your cliff. You're at the same height, so no penalties, no nothing. Things are pretty reasonable. And you want to use Fury?
I rolled a 1.
It's still. I mean, it's still 1 damage.
It is still 1 damage, and you know what? I should be thankful for that. And I don't get the vigor if I.
It is not no, because it's a on hit, I believe. On hit is gain 2
Gotcha.
vigor. All right.
And now impel, you sick son of a bitch.
Okay.
And that's a D10.
It's in effect, so it's the D6, right?
D6.
So -1, then an adjacent foe is dazed and pushed 1 or 4 1, 2, or 4 spaces.
I will move here.
Yep.
And roll a D6.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Okay, so pushed 1 and
push
dazed. So I'm
Yep.
gonna like that.
Just out of my sight.
Okay, and I'm gonna give it back a stack of dazed, which is the damage one.
Yes.
Yes,
that
damage.
is
So
and that's my turn.
DZD, dazed. Let's go with that. Okay, that's fun because that means it's going to do quite a bit less damage to you in just a second. So, all right, moving back to mine, I have Soldier 1 and I have Boss 1. Well, Soldier 1 didn't take too kindly to that. Soldier 1 is going to move back into proximity with you, clanking its sword, saying, okay, buddy, you know what? It's going to go with a Death Strike. So because of daze, even if it hits, it's going to deal less damage, 2 less damage. But let's see if I can hit in the first place. Rolling a d20, I have rolled a 3. I believe that hits because we're both soldiers, right? And we have very low defense. Is that true?
Low defense.
Okay. Well, you do have 1 armor, so you are going to soak a little bit of that, and I'm dealing 2 less damage anyway. So I rolled a d6.
Could I rampart that?
You have 1 armor.
Before you or an adjacent ally is targeted by a foe's ability, you may grant that character 1d3
Yeah,
armor.
absolutely. Yeah, it says you.
Okay.
Would you like to do it?
Armor doesn't stack, I'm assuming?
I don't see why it wouldn't. Let me go look at armor.
I just assumed like
Armor just says reduce all damage by X. It doesn't say it doesn't stack. Let's say it stacks for this purpose, just so that, you know.
Okay. I will roll my d6.
And then it's a d3, so you have...
So that's 2.
2. So you have a total of 3 armor. Well, I had rolled... So let's go like this. I had rolled a 5. I've got dazed, and that means I'm down to 3, and you have 3 armor, so you take 0. So, Blanc... well, it does remove the daze, which is, you know, kind of what we wanted here.
Yeah.
And, let's... You know what? I don't think Bash is going to do all that much here. We're actually going to activate block. So it's going to gain shield and it's going to gain shield block. So shield block is an interrupt. It says this character or an adjacent ally is attacked, and the next attack will deal half damage until the start of its next turn. And what's nice is it also gains a point of shield. So it's harder to hit and will take less damage. So raises its shield, armoring up. Soldier 1 is done. I'm not going to bother moving it down on my initiative tracker because the boss takes its turn. Finally clears its aura. What are we going to do here? We are going to try and get the boss back next to its friends. It's going to be a little hard. The area here is kind of janky. You know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to hop into the water next to its friend here. The stalwart is by itself. They're going to try and do some work there. So it's going to try and use... beatdown. So it's a melee attack. It's 2 damage. On a hit, it'll deal 2 damage again. And either 1, 2, or 3 adjacent allies can follow up to deal additional damage. So because of your armor, it's not amazing, but it is what it is, you know?
They can do their best.
I rolled a 2, so it doesn't even hit. So you take 1 damage.
Boop.
And a reminder, the boss is branded, so the next attack against it is almost guaranteed a hit. So beatdown didn't do anything. It's actually just going to reactivate pump up. Like, motivate makes no sense here. So we're just going to... I say that, but that's not true. No, actually that's incorrect. I'm not going to use pump up. I'm actually going to do motivate. So character in range, so it's going to motivate the soldier 1 here. It's going to take D3 of piercing damage. I rolled a 6, so it takes 3.
Oh, does motivate range 2 to 4? Does that mean it would have to do?
It is range 2 to
pyramid
4. You know what? Never mind. I can't. Thanks for checking that. I can't use motivate on it. I guess we're plopping the aura back then. It's only got 3 abilities, so it's
Pump that shit up.
pump that. You know what? That's not true. It technically does have cure. But it only works on bloodied allies, and the archer is a little bit far. Okay. That's the end of the turn. So we are back to round 3. You have made it a third of the way. So there we go. Order, send to back. Turn is now 3. I think it's going a little faster as we go. This definitely feels... Turn 2 felt a little bit faster. Let's definitely at least do turn 3, all of turn 3, and then we see how we feel about going stuff, because I don't want it to bleed too much into midnight. Is that okay with everybody?
That's okay.
And I mean, again, what's nice about this is you can just... Here, hold up. I'll help you get the characters back. There's a trick to it. Here. There we go. Yeah, let's do all of turn 3, and then worst case we can save the game. We see how many hours it took, and then we can choose. We can say, hey, let's play another one sometime in the bit. Or it's, again, the whole point was just to get a feel, especially for me, it was a feel for how the movement works, like what's causing the slowness. And honestly, we're playing for the first time. I got a feeling that like things are already going faster as we go. It's just keeping an eye on the stats and the stuff, but like I think it's going pretty well so far. So speaking of things going well, you have like surrounded that archer in the corner of the map here, and it's your turn. So who wants to start by absolutely eviscerating something?
I'll do it.
Kill.
All right. As
Steve
you might
Harvey.
expect, I am going to try gouging again.
Yep, it doesn't have
This
stealth or
shorter.
anything, so go for it. I actually want it to hit.
4.
You rolled a?
I rolled another 4. 3 damage.
No. Oh my gosh. See, that's the thing with the double action stuff, is it's like, dang, it's like really all or nothing. But you know what? The archer is now in crisis.
Cool.
So I'm going to make
You
that.
said it might now, right?
Sorry?
You said it might run away now.
I did say it's going to run away. But I'd say it's likely to take one pot shot and then flee the combat. So, because again, it's kin. So enemies are either kin or monsters. Monsters tend to fight to the death. Kin tend to be a little more rational. You know, maybe I would have roleplayed, like, if it was next to the boss and the boss was motivating, it would stick around. But the archer's in a corner of the map, and it's not feeling so hot. It doesn't mean I have to take the archer's turn now, though. Instead, I think we're going to try and...
I still have my move.
You can move. Yeah. You can definitely move.
3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm moving away from the...
No,
that's
1, 2, 3, 4, right?
No.
Because the
No,
object...
no, it's...
this
oh,
is
wait,
on...
what? Oh, it's on height 1, okay.
This is on the same height... You
Yeah.
know what? You
1,
can...
2,
You can...
and then 3 plus
See?
1 plus 2, since I'm moving up 2 layers, plus 1 from Rampart, so that's 6. 7.
It was there. Hold up. I'm just going to be really smart about it. And
Using...
there we go. Now we can see the terrain underneath the object. See? Learning lesson. We're all learning stuff. Okay, so you managed to get all the way over there? Oh my gosh. It's absolute backflips. All right. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think there is anything else.
Yep, just double checking. Okay, well, you know what? I lied. The archer's going to go first. You guys are lined up, and that sounds like I can do a volley here. It's a range 3 to 5 of a cross 1, so I am in range here. Right here, I can draw the line of sight, and anyway, it's on top, so nothing's height 3 or blocking. So it's a cross 1 that takes double actions. It deals area of effect. So it's not even an attack, actually. I don't even have to roll. Ah, it's really cool. So it's just straight up 1d6 plus 2 damage, and you have to save for half. If you're bloodied, you would take damage twice, and Crisis would take damage 3 times. So I'm actually going to ask my Mendicant and my Right if you could roll a save. It's a 4, 5, or 6 to succeed.
Okay. Okay, I got a 5.
Okay, so
You
one
got a
success. And I didn't hear what the other number was, sorry.
You said 2?
2.
2? Okay, so one's going to be a full damage, one's going to be a half damage. And I believe that's it. It's not an attack, so...
Am I at Papa? Is it 3 spaces? It's more than
yeah,
3.
either wall is functioning. Yeah. Either wall is up. So, I mean, I'm still going to roll the damage. It's 1d6 plus 2. So, I rolled a 6, so 8 would be the total. So, half it however you need to, with the successes, with the either walls, etc. And then I'll let you mark the damage. And with that, the archer will flee the battle. Sorry, boss. Ugh, I've just taken too many hits. And it kind of like flees into the wilderness.
Just don't make enough money.
You ain't. They're not dropping gold as I stab them. So we're carrying on. All right, it's up to you guys.
Can I go next?
I'm okay with it.
I'm not your dad.
You know what? I think that is. I will say. I think a little bit of the time sink is in having to always decide who goes rather than here's the initiative order, you're next, right? So there is a little bit
That
of
is a
that.
bit of a stinger.
Yeah, just something to keep in mind. I mean, I love the flexibility because it lets you adapt to the battlefield as it changes, especially for the enemies. Like, oops, time to move, But there is a little bit of a please, may I? Oh, sure, go ahead. Like, especially if everyone's very polite. Alrighty, go for it. What do you got in the tank?
I think I just use my... First thing I do is use my basic attack on the boss.
Basic attack on the boss. Okay. And what's the name of the attack again?
My area is offering
What's the name of the ability again?
Magi.
I have Magi. I love it.
Magi.
Okay, so it's a cross 1, so you can actually land. Yep, you can land the soldier in it as well. So okay, so I'll have you roll to hit the boss. And
Which
the boss,
is a D10, right?
Yep, and the boss is Bran, so all you have to do is hit 2 or higher.
Or an 8.
That is yeah. I think you got it. So the boss is hit. So you can roll your full damage.
I roll a D10 damage.
Yep.
There we go. Rolled a 3, so 3 plus 2.
So 5 damage on the boss.
Soldier.
1 damage on the soldier. 1.
Take 4. The soldier gets hit for 4, but my area damage is plus 2 since it's on 3.
Correct. I forgot that you also have the Aether Surge ability. Starting from round 3, your area damage increases by 2. So he does take 3 damage. He goes to a bit more. There we go, because of armor 1 reduces it. Actually, there's a little bit better than that. You might notice that you have strength tokens, my friend. So your strength token actually does another 2 damage to the boss for a total of 7. That's actually a really good hit. There you go. Okay. And I believe there's even more. You get to create a difficult and maybe potentially dangerous space. So you have to roll the effect dice.
On D6.
The boss takes half damage from Loki, right?
Yes. Because it is adjacent to an ally. Yep.
Difficult spaces don't happen on the river, though.
Reductions then half. So actually, yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So 7 would be 6, 3. Okay. Thank you. So you rolled a 4?
Mention dangerous spaces don't
Oh,
happen on the
yep,
river.
that's true. Never mind. He's in the... Whoa, boy, what happened here? I deleted the whole map. That's true. He's in the river. Never mind. River is safe from harm. Alrighty.
And I still get to drop some rocks.
Yeah, drop some rocks.
Which is a D3. Yeah.
Yep.
D3. Or 2, so I get to drop down 3 rocks.
You're using Geo right now?
Yeah.
It's a you roll a d6, right? So you rolled. What did you roll on it?
Wait, I rolled D3 for the amount of rocks I roll.
I think you're thinking of Ember here. Geo is the one I'm looking at in front of me, and it's create 1 or 2 based on your d6 roll.
Oh, yeah, whoops. I got those mixed up.
No worries. So if you rolled a 3, you're going to
Roll
create
a
1
d6.
boulder in free space
I
and
rolled a
range. Okay. So you can create a boulder in range 2 to 4, and then you can push an adjacent character 1 space away from it.
Mm.
And it doesn't. It can, you know what? You could knock the. You could also knock the pyromancer off of its perch if you'd like to do that, or
Yeah.
you can.
That is what I'm considering.
Sweet. You want to grab one of the pre-shrunk? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say you could just grab the shrunken one like here if you want.
Oh, there's a drunken. Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I am sorry. I'm just kind of.
No
I
worries.
might want to put it on the boss actually.
Yeah, take your time. Here, I'll
Right
give.
there.
Here you go. Have a boulder. You choose where it goes.
Nope. I think I might want to put it here and push down the boss.
All right, pushing down the bus. Which means I must also move this. Alrighty.
Well,
Anything else?
I think this is just my turn.
Okay.
So,
I've got plenty of options left here. Like I've been saying, the boss is definitely going to be taking slower turns. We're going to start with Soldier 1 here. Why not? We are going to try and attack our friend here. Would you like to use your rampart right now?
Yes, I shall.
Okay, so roll a d3. Let's see how much armor you gain.
I will 5, so I gain 3.
Dang. Okay, so 4 armor. That's gonna soak up so much if I don't hit.
Fuck with me.
This is Soldier 1. Soldier 1 has no tokens. It has except for a shield, so it doesn't affect anything on the attack. I did roll a 10, however, so that is a hit.
That's fucked.
That is fucked.
Evil.
So it's going to be 2 damage plus 2 damage plus 2 damage for a total of 6, but you reduce it by 4, so you took 2 damage. So, you know,
yeah.
What a crit.
Wait, is it 2 damage and then 2 damage and then 2 damage?
No, it's all together. It's not like separate instances.
Oh, okay.
It's just you add 2 plus 2 plus 1d6 for the total. So total of 6, so you only take 2 because you currently have 4 armor on that hit. All right. And unfortunately, because I took its turn early, it's going to reapply shield block so that it keeps it up. And it's going to move 1-2 because it takes an extra speed to move away from what you're doing, but at least it puts itself in the safe river, and you know, that's a nice place to be. Soldier 1 is done. Next.
Okay. So if I go first, I could potentially give our stalwart some extra strength. And
Yep,
then the stalwart.
that's true. If you're planning on using
I could fuck with
Glia,
extra
yeah.
strength.
Or the other option. Well, yeah, the other option would not. If I placed down another light here, then it wouldn't apply to them until the start of their next turn. So, although if the boss moved, then the boss would have be blind marked again.
Oh, actually, speaking of, thank you for reminding me. Actually, the soldier should have gained a point of strength, so you would actually have taken 2 extra damage, stalwart.
Fuck.
It's okay. You're like at 30 out of 40. You are doing just hot. Like
It's
I love
not
it.
how I think I'll
Oh
do it.
no, my health
Oh,
has
God.
dipped. Okay. So who's up? Who's doing it?
Yeah. I probably should either way
Cool.
because either I'm going to give the stalwart some strength, or I'm going to add a bane. Right, is to the to these enemies. Just deciding which one would be better to do right now.
I love how there's like this really scary zone right behind the boss and the soldier that I'm like skirting around and really desperate to not walk back into, because those embers are going to start dealing a lot of damage.
The
Yeah,
funny thing is, I'm
um,
pretty sure the embers are like also boosted
They
by
are.
it being turned grey
They are.
light.
They are. They are.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. You don't. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine? You had to track the turn you place them. No, no. It's just when they explode, it's damage equal to the
No,
turn
I
number
mean,
plus
like,
2.
by my passive
Yep.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And an extra 2 damage
An
because we're class
additional
round 3.
go.
Yep. The right classes are usually all about gaining more and more from what I've seen like as it progresses. You should see when you get to Enochian, it starts getting really crazy with the area of effect stuff. So okay.
okay, so I need to be closer
Drop
than I
there.
am right now, so I can't go in there. Let's see if I go 1, 2. Yeah, okay. Well, I could. No, that doesn't work. I guess we'll just move closer and then away from the soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I move down here,
Yep.
it's 4
So 1,
movement.
2, 3. Yep. I agree. It's 4 movement.
And but then this block would.
It's got, so technically it has cover, right? Because it's a height 1 object and it's behind it. So it would take
Actually,
half
I
damage.
could move on top of this block, right? Because that
Yes,
would
you
be
can
1, 2.
you can go on top of the block.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Here.
I need to.
I got it. I'm on it.
run
I'm on it.
to the
I'm on it.
right.
Send it back.
Okay.
Or
All right.
send
So yeah, then I have the height advantage.
backward. Oh, you know what? Here, I'll just and then resend this to back. Okay, you
All right,
yes,
and then
you have height advantage on top of it. You are on the boulder.
yeah, and piercing. Since Glia has
Yep.
piercing, it's immune to armor, right? So
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
soldier's armor won't
The
really do
armor will
damage.
not
Yeah. So
function.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any particular reason I should what is it? I should cast Viga on you before the Glia or after the Glia? Like, is there any particular reason to do it in a specific order?
Mm,
Because Viga would give you strength and let you move somewhere.
I don't.
Okay, could at this point.
I don't know if it makes a big difference. It's range 1 to 4. Yeah, I mean, like, I think if you're doing both in a turn, I think the order here doesn't matter too much. You're going to give a bunch of strength,
All right.
and
Yeah. All right. I will just use Glia on the soldier first.
okay.
I guess.
So it'll be a piercing damage at base, and then on a hit, we'll do an additional one.
Yeah. So it is 7.
All right, and you don't currently have any tokens, so
Yeah.
that is 7 is a hit. It only has a defense of.
Yeah.
This is soldier 1, right? Yeah. So it has a defense of 5 because of its shield, but 7 is a hit, so its shield token is spent. You hit for a piercing and an additional piercing, so that's 2.
Yeah, that's 2, and then I distribute 1d3 strength.
Absolutely.
That's 2 strength.
All right.
Okay. So I guess then Viga grants a single one. So I will okay. Is there any particular reason to let you move extra before your turn starts? Because if not, I guess it makes more sense to
Move somebody
give
else,
the
yeah?
to let someone else move.
To me, Stalwart.
Actually, wait. Right, you're at low health, and you're within range of being granted the free move, and you are near that soldier. Although I don't think
low health is
it's
a slight exaggeration.
I would say the Vagabond is low-ish health. I think everybody else is doing just great. Like,
yeah. Well, I guess sure. Right. Well, actually, right. If I give you the movement, then you could move back on top of the high ground if you wanted.
true.
So anyway, I'll give you that. Or sorry, I will give the stalwart 2 strength.
Okay.
2 strength.
So that
Okay.
because then, yeah,
And
This
then
is-
I can move.
and then I will use Vega on the right.
Okay. So the right's going to get
So
the
that's
movement.
an
Yeah.
effect. Yeah, I roll
Yep.
6 for effect.
You rolled 6, so 2
1d6.
strength.
4. I roll. Sorry, no, I roll a 1d6. I
Okay,
rolled a
yes,
4.
yes. So that's just 1
A
strength.
d6.
Yep,
Yes.
1 strength, and right, you can
Yes.
immediately make a free
Strength,
move.
and then yeah.
Sweet.
You already added the strength. It looks like.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or did you already add the strength? That was a question. Or would you already add that 1 strength?
I'm just going to add it. Done.
Okay.
Done. We're just going for it. Okay. And now you get to move up to 4. If you want to hop back up on the little hill, or if you want to move somewhere else, I guess. 4 gets you to the opposite hill, at least at elevation 1, or there's a few options. Everything okay?
Wait, I'm sorry. Which one of us got?
This is
movement?
the right who just got boosted. So
You.
Oh, okay.
Wait, movement. Sorry.
No worries.
Second one.
this little friend here. You can move up to 4.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, hops on the hill. Super. Mendicant, that's your turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Who do I want to act next? Let's go with Soldier 2, I think. So Soldier 2 is going to kind of like move a little bit, trying not to get into the difficult terrain, but is going to be in range with the Mendicant. So we're going to go and do the usual Soldier 1-2. Soldier 2 currently has a strength token, so the damage will be increased by 2. So I'm going to attack my little Mendicant friend here. I rolled a unfortunate 3, so that does not get through your armor, which is good. So it's only going to be 4 damage total, and that pops the strength token. All right. And then we are going to keep using... I really, really like Bash. It's just really cute. It's going to deal 2 damage again to the Mendicant, and it's going to knock you off your perch. Yeah. I'm actually going to put you... Right here.
There? Down there. I see. Okay.
Get off the rock! Alright, that was Soldier 2.
Okay, so I'm down to 31 now.
Yep. Alrighty. We got one last person for this round, for this turn.
31.
I'm so good at going last.
I mean, it's straightforward, right?
I'm potentially the best at going last.
True.
Let's
True.
see. I can move on top of the rock, right?
Yes, because it costs an extra movement to move up, but with a soldier it doesn't stack, so you could, for 2 movement points, hold up, we gotta send it to the abyss.
Get him out of here.
I'll take care of it. You can take care of it, just let me know what you want to do on your turn.
Fury, that soldier.
Okay, so because you have the height advantage, you get to roll 2d10. The soldier, I believe, this is Soldier 1. This is the soldier that has the shield block activated, so it will trigger it, so it's going to take half damage using the interrupt. So whatever you do is going to be half damage.
I rolled a 5.
Okay, so 5 is a hit because of this defense, so you are going to roll for full, and then it's going to take half damage, and then there's going to be a 1 armor in there as well. So let's see what you got in total.
I rolled 5.
Okay, so this is Fury, right?
So that's +2, so 7. So,
yep. So it's
-1 and then halved, or is it halved? And
reductions happen first and then you halve, I believe. Otherwise, it would be like really,
okay, so
really bad. Yep. So it goes to 6 and 3. Soldier 1 takes 3. All right, slowly chipping away. Okay. You still have an action.
I can impel.
Absolutely.
I don't have to move.
You do not have to
for
move.
-1, right?
No, exactly. It's optional.
Okay. And then I will just roll my d6.
Yep.
I get a 3.
And I can
so
give you an advantage for the effect.
I don't think I
With the bless.
need, unless you have no one else.
But
you
you're
can
also
use it
last
on.
in the round, so I can't use it on. Yeah, there's no one else I can use it on.
So
It's
might as
last-
well. Might as
it's
well.
last turn in the round. So
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, actually, Stalwart, you had you had some strength tokens there. You actually do 2. The damage will be a little higher. So instead of being 7, it would have been 9, right? 9 minus
yes.
1 would have been 8, and then divided by 2, 4. So actually 1 extra point of damage against the soldier. Cool.
Acceptable.
So-
I rolled a 5. Thank you for the blast.
Okay, so 5 gets you up to
So I can
2
move
spaces. Yeah.
So
you had
they
2
also get
strength
daze.
previously, right? So you would have gone down to 1.
Yep.
Or does it just use all of them?
Nope, uses 1 at a time.
Oh, okay, never mind. And pushing is not.
Oh wait, no,
diagonal.
I'm wrong. You were at 1.
Were you?
Okay, no, because I gave. Wait a minute.
You were
No,
the,
yeah,
the
you had 2.
Stalwart was at 2, spent 1, should be
You're
at
right.
1. Yep.
You had 2.
So
I forgot
1.
who I gave the 2 strength and 2 and who I gave the 1 strength to the right and 2
Okay.
strength to the Stalwart. That's right. Yeah.
All right, so shoving it away. Puck. Sounds good.
Get out of here.
Yeah, all righty, it's out of here.
Or wait, that's going up an elevation. So would that?
Is it?
Wait, am I even able to push them up elevation?
It's not up.
Oh wait, no,
elevation.
it's dirt.
It's dirt.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
fine.
It's all good.
aura was
Blue,
bigger.
Hold up.
orange, and
Hold up. We're gonna make
green
it.
are-
We're gonna.
Yeah.
We will find the perfect transparency for these abilities. I swear to God. I mean, maybe I just honestly maybe I forget the color, and maybe the right thing is just using the color dashes. Is that just like, is this like clear? Oh my gosh, that's way too big. But
it's
like,
clear. Yeah.
like, is that just fine? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, then like, you
Yeah,
know
this
what?
is good.
There we go.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, problem solved. We live, we learn. Cool. I'm gonna take this one and just color code it red real quick because I will be reusing this. Okay, here we go. Adapt, overcome, etc., etc. That's everybody, or did you want to move? I think you started your turn on top of the rock. Did you want to stay there?
Well, actually, I think I will move here to make it
Yep.
harder for both of them to move.
Yes. Technically correct. All right. All good? Let's
and
do... Sure. So I'm going to speedrun these last 2, and because we are reaching about 11, I think we're going to call it at the end of this round, and then if ever we want to reschedule for wrapping it up, or just for other stuff in the future, I think that'll be fine.
with that.
So, all right. So boss takes its turn, starts here, is going to want to get close to its friend, because that's what it's all about. Love and teamwork. The boss gets on the side here. We're going to go with a beatdown. So it's a melee attack, deals 2 damage, and then another 2. I know it's not great against you, and I wish the 2 of them were beating up the mendicant instead, but, you know, we do what we can. Let's not roll off my desk. I rolled a 1, so that is a miss. So you take 1 damage.
Get fucked.
Yeah, exactly. But then it is going to use... We are going to use Pump Up, I believe. I mean, it's the best ability that it has. It's trying just to keep that active. So, trying to get everybody hyped for Coachella or whatever's going on here. All right, send it all the way to the back. And that means the last action for today's combat is going to be the Pyromancer. Can I do something spicy with it? It used Gripire last time, so it's back to using Flame Burst. No one's next to each other. Why are you all so smart?
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to use Flash Fire, and then I'm going to decide what to do after. So, Flash Fire is range 1 to 6. It'll take 2 damage, then has to save or become slow. And then Afflicted Foes also explode for a burst 1 explosion for 3 piercing damage. So, I believe Afflicted is as long as you are suffering from something. None of you are suffering from anything. What's the point? Yeah, it is what it is.
It's all over.
Yeah, if only it was repeatable. So we're actually going to do a flash fire down here on the mendicant because you are just directly in line. So 2 damage, you have to save, or else you become slow.
Okay. Yep. 2.
All right.
So I am slow now.
Welcome to slow. All right. I'm just gonna change the color. That way there's no confusion. I've been doing it like this. That way we know when it's negative. And then now that you are slowed, I think we're going to go with a the cross is interesting. Nope, we're just gonna move and then try and get some stuff in range. So we are going to. Oh, I guess you are in range already because it's 3 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you are there. However, it's a blast 2. Okay, so I can put it so it does not hit my friends. Okay, we're going to do a flame burst. It's going to be a blast 2. I'm going to make the square literally like this. So that way the friends do not get caught in the explosion. So it's going to be 3 damage, and on a hit it's going to be 3 damage again. And then the area of effect would have been 3 damage, but there's no one there. So I rolled a 10. So that is a crit. So that's going to be a total of 3 damage, 3 damage, 3 damage. So it's a total of 9 reduced by your armor. So I believe that's 8 in total, correct?
Well, no, if it deals 3 damage twice and it's...
Oh, no, your armor... No, it all go... You know what? Because it says 3 damage again, you're actually correct. It's 1 hit of 6 and 1 hit of 3. So in this case, you take a 5 and a 2 for a total of 7. Thank you for catching that. That's really interesting. That's like one of the few ones that say again. Okay, so you didn't take that big of a hit, but I mean, that was still a solid chunk. The Pyromancer is very proud of itself. And it creates dangerous terrain under the attack target. And guess what? You are not on the river.
Oh God.
So send to the back. So there we go. Our first spot of dangerous terrain all game. And for those wondering what it does, that's a really good question. It's like a 2 damage when you... Characters that start their turn in dangerous terrain or voluntarily enter a space take 2 piercing damage. So it's actually quite good against you here. The Pyromancer is not too sure about staying next to the Vagabond, though. 1, 2, 3. You know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. It loses a bit of high ground here, but it's going to move its way all the way up to that little boulder and hop on up and get to safety. So let's take a quick recap. That was turn 3. We would technically have 3 more turns to go. I think health-wise, you guys are doing pretty decent. I mean, I can give you the rundowns. The Soldier 1 and 2 are taking a bit of damage. Pyromancer hasn't even been touched yet. And the boss took just a bit of chip damage. But you did absolutely nuke the Archer into existence. And now you're at parity in terms of turn actions. So there's definitely an advantage here. I think this is usually like the turning point where like vigor and a bit of healing is going to start being useful as some of you slowly inch towards being bloodied. But, I mean, this felt pretty good, honestly, all things considered. And I feel like if we were to redo this, now that we know our stuff, I feel like we could easily shave off a decent amount of time. Like, I think we're all getting much better at, like, this is the ability, this is how it does. I mean, obviously, catching tokens is still a little bit hit or miss, but I think that's just totally normal because of how the system works. Like if I was playing physically with friends and I had physical tokens or dice, like, you know, the character sheets that I designed, like I have room to put the dice on them. Like it's a lot harder to miss them than it is, I think, here. I think, I think I did it correct. Like I think the design works. I think it's just something to keep in mind is, making sure to spend them on both sides. I mean, ideally I wouldn't have to be flipping back between 2 slides, but honestly, I think it worked well. I think it was pretty clean. Information was accessible. The map felt decent to maneuver things around, honestly, and I think we were picking up the pace quite a bit. Like turn three went way faster than turn 2 and turn 1. So, honestly, I think that is the biggest sticking point. I think in time is first turn. Who's taking their turn? What do we do? It's the start of a fight. I think that's always going to take a little bit of time, and then as the turns progress, at least with a fight like this at level 0, I think things really pick up the pace. So. I mean, hopefully it was fun and enjoyable. I'm really enjoying it. I find the tactical approach of these games, and I got to play like my first Lancer game earlier this year, so I'm really coming to enjoy how Tom Bloom is like secretly creating just war games, even though they're tabletop RPGs. They're really just tactical war games.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm having a lot of fun, and like this is the kind of stuff where I don't have to touch this map. I'm just going to leave it, and if we do want to reschedule another one and wrap it up, if people have time in the coming weeks, we can do that. Or I mean, we can call it that was a good test, and if anyone wants to try like a higher level thing, like a level 1 or a level 2, when you actually have your advanced jobs, that's also something we can do. Because I know level 0 is always just for one fight. As soon as the first fight at level 0 ends, you level up. So definitely something that we can discuss. But I mean, I had a lot of fun. You're a very good group. This was really, really clean and easy. I'm glad the communication and stuff worked well. And I mean, no one was being like, oh, you're taking my turn. Oh, you're touching my, like it's good. This felt like very easy and very fluid. So I really appreciate that, everybody. And I'm gonna put this up on the good old YouTubes with a little cover image as I let it upload before I go to bed, and send it over to the Chasm Icon Discord. So I'm sure people are going to give us feedback, and hopefully we can catch the answers to some of our questions, especially as it regards to like diagonals with, are you adjacent? Am I allowed to push someone? I want the answers to all that stuff. So, but yeah, thank you very much. Is there anything you guys y'all want to throw in there or add before we wrap it up for this first demo session?
Not really.
Anything
Not for me.
noticed?
Nothing
Anything?
immediately comes to mind.
If any of you want to just throw feedback like down the road, if you're like, oh, you know what, this is like we talked a lot about it out loud, which was the whole point of doing the recording. Like we talked about where things felt slow or things could be improved, and like there is a lot of dice rolling. Like I think that's one thing you're noticing on an ability. It's like you're rolling a D10 to hit, then you're rolling a D6 for damage, and then you're rolling a D6 for the effect, and then you make a decision where you're placing things. So each ability definitely is compounded based on like some other TTRPGs that I play, but I think the faster it goes, and once you get into the habit of rolling like multiple dice together, I think things just speed up a little bit. So definitely things to keep in mind. But if anything comes to mind, don't hesitate, throw it into the DM, and then I'll pass it on. But This was really fun. I really appreciate everybody taking time out of their day to demo this with me. It's been 2 weeks that I've been really excited to do it, and I'm really happy I got to make all these little crab meeples for all of you. Hopefully you enjoyed having. I was gonna make the enemies, and then I'm like, I don't have time to do them as well. So maybe one day I'll do that. But I think the little diamonds are actually pretty clean and easy on this map. So things didn't feel too cluttered at level 0. I'm terrified of what multiple characters with zones and AoEs and everything looks like, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So
You had that. 3 of us had them.
but this was reasonable. Like the zone is just one zone, and I mean the embers were okay because they take 2 abilities to use, so it wasn't like too crazy, and things were layering nicely, and I made things transparent, and I think they looked nice on the map. But I'm not ready for like multiple stances and marks and AoEs, and I'm like, okay, we'll get there one day, but like if you want to try at level 1, like already you're going to see the difference as soon as you get the extra abilities from your from the advanced job. Things already get a little more complex. So, alrighty. Well, hey, if there's anything,
It did feel like ideally we should have had. Oh yeah.
go for it.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying. I did feel like ideally, like just from like a team composition perspective, we should have had more repositioning effects, like repositioning enemies, because we had all of these area effects.
I mean,
and like and tile hazards and stuff that we never really got used.
But again, I think that's part of level 0 because it's so limited, right? You've only got 2 abilities, so there's only so much that you can. You can use. I think as soon as someone gets 1 level, like this kind of strategy, you get one person just needs a push 2 and then suddenly you're throwing enemies left and right into AoEs. I think that ends up being decently easy. So yeah. But good thing to comment, at least for the build that we built. But again, level 0. I think there's only so much room for stuff.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Hey, thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a good time, and I will catch you around on the Discords. So good luck to whatever projects and stuff y'all are working on. Survivor, Card Coliseum, Field Test, your own stuff. Who knows? And hopefully I'll see you around for some more of this. So thanks again.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.